Anita is a new documentary from Svetlana Zil and Alexis Bloom, which I had the opportunity to watch at the Cannes Film Festival in May. The documentary is about German model, artist, and muse Anita Pallenberg, who is best known for her relationships and influence on the Rolling Stones. The screening was a premiere, so we were lucky enough to have the film introduced by Thierry, the MC of the festival, and the directors and producers of the film. I only realized afterwards, when I was doing some Googling, that Alexis Bloom directed one of my favorite documentaries of all time, Bright Lights, starring Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. One thing I did realize during the premiere was that Hugo from Succession was in the room, which after a bit of more Googling made sense because he is married to Alexis Bloom. But to the actual documentary, I thought it was incredibly exciting and interesting. The documentary follows Anita as she leaves home and falls into the bohemian scene of the 60s and 70s, bouncing between modeling, acting, and then becoming close to the Rolling Stones. I knew nothing about Anita beforehand, so I thought her life was so interesting and thrilling. I was also getting dizzy trying to keep up with the amount of things that she did and the places that she went. There was so much archive footage, photos, and interviews from her family and close ones that it really helped build the world and put you right in her shoes. Through watching the documentary, I also admired how incredibly resilient and strong she was when she faced the inevitable lows that come with traveling and being so close to a band like the Rolling Stones. One thing I did note when watching the documentary is that after the halfway mark, it began to become quite repetitive in terms of tone and form. There would be a few minutes of up and positive stories, then it would become more somber and emotional, and it would just keep going up and down in this even and repetitive pattern almost to the end of the film. It was still very enjoyable to watch, but it was feeling a bit predictable when the tone kept switching back and forth. Towards the end, the documentary started to pick up again, and I loved how it ended on Anita in the modern day. I wish there was more of that time in the documentary, post Rolling Stones and the height of her fame, where she was beginning to make more of a name for herself. But I love that the film ended on an empowering note and never strayed from that throughout the whole documentary. Anita is an engaging, thrilling, dark, and fascinating documentary, and I encourage everyone to watch it. As always, thank you for watching. I know that I have been a little bit offline these past couple of months, but I've been taking some time, watching some new films, and putting together these reviews. So I hope that you'll continue to watch and listen in, and let me know what you think about these movies in the comments below.